Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to TeamODZ Live. In the ODivaZ group ride, setting up in about 25 seconds here. Volcano reverse with the Nufa on the team. Well, it's morning, boys.
Morning.
Good morning.
Gonna eat that microphone one day, Rick.
I wish it was a little easier to move around. I could just, it's kind of easy, but then I could just always just pull it right up to my face. Isn't it until you really get pedaling, I guess. Now I can hear where I could use just a slight bit of indexing. A little tickety tick, 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 tickety tick.
That's fine. It's tickety boo.
As you know, actually stopped by Lego. The Lego family has bought a significant piece of Western Denmark and fenced it in. So they're not so popular actually in Denmark anymore.
Yeah. Whoa. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Look down for a second.
Hope that's not a euphemism.
Wow, what is up with Brian? What's going on, Brian? I know you're not on a TT bike. There. Now we're moving. What's going on? Every time we get close to the pack, he like eases off. Loses my wheel. He's on my watch list.
Name one rider that you ever towed back to the that is not on your watch list.
I can't, because I didn't pay enough attention to him. There you go. Bring yourself back. Hey, that's a good tactic. If I just hang from the back of the group for a little bit, then eventually they're like, I'll just do it myself. And then it's like, okay, good. See, look at that. You're back.
Is somebody that night train hired to test the sweeper facility? You have to earn that red badge over your head.
So going back in now.
Yeah, I gave it to him because he had earned it, and now he just complains about it.
Oh, someone went back. But they're all the way back. They're not pushing. They're done. So, Yeah, so I'm flying to Houston, doing a quick flight to Houston in September. And so we decided, why don't I go with my mom? Because apparently my sister called my mom, talk about her flight. She knew absolutely nothing about it. She had my cousin buy her ticket on Expedia and knew nothing about it, just knew some times, and that was it. So my sister called me and was like, would you mind going with mom? Because I don't know. She might make it to the airport, and then that's the last we see of her. And I was like, yeah, sure. And yesterday I called her to try to like get the information so we can end up on the same flight. That was a waste of time. I mean, it was good for a conversation with my mom, but she had no clue. She was like, flying isn't anything like it used to be. She was like,
I would
she wanted
agree.
to tell me about how it used to be, which, I mean, I remember how it used to be. I used to fly more back then in the way it used to be. But she was like, I don't even understand. I've been waiting for them to send me the paper ticket. And I'm like, yeah, they don't send you a paper ticket anymore, Mom. And she was like, well, with Jack, we would go to the airport and then we'd go to a kiosk or something, and then we'd print off a paper ticket. I was like, yeah, you don't even have to do that, Mom. I was like, I'll take care of it. But in case you want to know, they send it to you. You then can use their app and add it to your phone's wallet. And then your phone becomes your boarding pass, and you can check in from there, so you remove the extra stops. And she was like, this makes no sense. So confusing. It's like they're trying to confuse us. You know, typical stuff. And I was like, yeah, it's just different generation. But I'll ride with you. All I need is to find out what flight you're on. And she was like, well, I'll be leaving Bangor at 4 p.m. and I'll be landing in Houston at 11 with an hour and a half stop in New Jersey. And I was like, okay. So I go on to Delta, look up some of the flights. And I was like, okay, well, I have one here. There's 2 flights at 4 p.m. out of Bangor. They both go to LaGuardia. One goes to Atlanta, then to Houston. The other one goes straight to Houston. Like, but it's an hour, 15-minute stop. She was like, that's not the one. I was like, okay. I was like, it also says that it arrives in Houston at 9:58. Nope, this one arrives at 11. Okay. Then I look at the other one. I'm like, so it goes to Atlanta? She's like, nope. And I was like, okay, so it's not that one. So it has to be the one that's an hour 15. She's like, nope, it's an hour 30. Arrives at 11. And I was like, okay, Mom, are you doing this off the top of your head, or are you looking at it right now? She was like, yeah, I can't get into it. I don't know how to get into my itinerary. I'm waiting for them to send it to me. Like, okay. Well, this one is yours. You actually have an hour and a half layover in New Jersey. And we will be arriving at Houston after Central Time is factored in at 10 o'clock, not 11. She was like, oh, okay, well, you're in charge. Like, okay, thanks, Mom. Now I still need to figure out how to get her ticket, though, because nobody seems to know. I got a hold of my cousin, and she was like, yeah, it's her password. I was like, she doesn't even know her password. She says she doesn't have an Expedia account. She's never heard of Expedia. Okay.
What?
So I'm gonna have to go hang out with her and just get on her phone, go to the Expedia app that she has on her phone that she's not aware of, and send it to my phone somehow. Or do something. Or commandeer her phone that day. But either way, she gave me control, so we should be all right. At least she's not one of those people that tries to fight it. The worst she does is just doesn't listen and keeps talking. And then there was talk about potentially getting seats together. I was like, I don't think that's going to be able to be done. Yeah, somehow we'll just end up being placed next to each other randomly. I'll be like, flight attendant, can I speak to you in the back of the plane?
Rick puts his knuckle
Anyway,
dusters
we could
on.
move me. Anyway, we could move me to somewhere else. My job is to get her to each plane, not sit with her during the flight.
Yeah, we can see you on the other side of the window, sir. The outside.
Yeah, the way I look at it is, my sister had mentioned that, and I was like, yeah, no, I'll probably just sit by myself on the flight, and then we'll get to spend a lot of time together during the layovers and the weekend while we're in Houston. Other than that, I think I'll just hang out for the flight and do whatever it is I'm going to do. Good part is I've been flying the cheap airlines for the last, I don't even know. It's been a while. And I'm pretty sure Delta flights have Wi-Fi included. So that'll be a nice little treat. Although I could get on the flight and find out it's $20 or something and be very disappointed.
I think
Grace was saying she flew Delta to Atlanta, and I think she was saying that it had Wi-Fi.
Last time I flew, like Captain Morgan's given up. Is it 0 what the kilo?
Oh, I thought this was going to be a story about Captain Morgan on your flight.
No, the last time I flew, they had wireless, but it only allowed certain things unless you paid.
Like the airline website.
Well, it allowed social media, but it didn't allow carte blanche internet access.
It allowed tons of advertisements for that airline's credit card. There's no breakaways at all going on. Other than the Peloton being a breakaway.
Yeah, if they're not gonna break away today, then I don't know when.
It's gonna be a tough stage. It's like they've heard all the talk about the fastest Tour de France ever, and now they just want to make it faster.
It wouldn't be us riding together if I didn't give you a hard time about something, Rick.
Yeah. I think my ride to work on Monday did something. Garmin is just out to get me right now, because I know for a fact, like maybe the first an hour to 40 minutes of my Monday morning ride was not heat acclimation, but the rest of it was. The extra 2 hours definitely was heat acclimation. And it didn't even show me as acclimatizing at all. And it made me overreaching. Which I was overreaching because it was so hot. That one turned into a tough ride at the end. It was more tough when I got to work and then realized I have to do work. And it's busy. There was only 50 miles, but the humidity is pretty bad. The kind of humidity where your lungs hurt afterwards. And I haven't really felt great since then. The dish is off his bike. Oh, never mind. That's a different guy. What's that? Or they match the car with the jerseys. That's the team car. Yeah.
Did you see that incident with the Uno X yesterday in the roundabout?
Oh, which one was it?
There was a team car trying to bring a guy back
Oh,
who he hit guy in the fans because he was putting his arm out. Well, trying to go back with him like 2 millimeters behind them, they encounter a car in the roundabout. Go the other way around, and it happens to be another ODivaZ team car. Very funny.
Yeah, that was the amazing part of it. It's like, whoa, that's its own car. Are they gonna hit each other? Yeah,
And it was already when he was standing at the side of the road, one of his teammates almost hit him as well. So it was really, they were clowning it out yesterday.
Supposedly, on the American broadcast, Bob, can't remember his last name, but he let an F-bomb drop without realizing that they were live. I guess he was complaining about a fan and thought that they were in the break. And, the fan was doing what fans do, something stupid. And he let the big old F-bomb drop and then was informed that they are live. Grace is, send Grace a message here. Yesterday I got home, the door was unlocked. And so I bring that up. Grace had been gone all day. And like, why is the door unlocked? And Heidi informed me she couldn't find her key. And her key this kid loses her key a lot. But doesn't very often she doesn't lose it like somewhere else. She loses it in her bag. And I don't know if she just gives up looking for it or what, but I was just reminded that she needed her key. And I thought, wait, I was getting a notification that an AirTag was following me or was with me on my way home after picking her up from the cheer gym. That means it's somewhere in her bag. She just didn't look for it.
That's why she have you.
It's just amazing. Like, how do you lose your key in your bag? You're not looking hard enough. That's where it was last time. She didn't have it for like 2 weeks. And one day I'm like, you know what?
You mean to say that your house doesn't have keyless entry?
No.
Matcha. Thanks, my friend. Yes. I know, Matches, sorry. I need to move this monitor to in front of me so that I don't have to look down here to read the messages.
I don't understand that. With the how it costs extra for an exit row. I mean, there is something. I mean, you get the extra leg room, but you also have an immense responsibility if anything were to go wrong. I mean, they tell you right there at the beginning of the flight, like pretty much, if anything happens on this flight, you are third in line to fly this flight, and you will be responsible in making sure every passenger gets off this flight safely.
Matches asks, how's the weather here? Well, here in the Midwest, it's been hot and humid in the last few days. Sunday, I got Faith's car back together. We've been trying to work on it for a few months now. We finally got the time to put her engine back together. And it was 90 degrees, high humidity, and the atmosphere is full of these little things called mosquitoes at the moment that were attacking me as well.
Never heard of them. Yeah, right. Yeah, in the Northeast, it's been the same way too. It's been, like 90 degrees. What is that? Like 30, 35 degrees or something Celsius? Just throwing numbers out.
I read that Toronto is underwater, so apparently something is going to change.
And then, yeah, pretty much just been high humidity and really hot every day. Now, though, it looks like it's going to move into the low 80s. And I think the humidity is supposed to move on out for the weekend.
It's 68 in my garage. I count that as unseasonably hot.
Oh, here we go. See, Grace replied, I know they are in my bag. I just didn't have time to look yesterday.
Only chance to take a coffee stop on this ride now.
Oh, shoot. and get dropped. Um, so many text messages.
What have you been up to, Matches?
Usually I'm not much of a text message person. And this week has been a bit overwhelming in that department. Okay. Which, if you have any questions on, since I'm not much of a text message person, am I a phone call person? I'm also not a phone call person. Generally, just not much of a phone communications person. Oh, wow. I am currently juggling 3 text conversations. And 2 of them, I'm a middleman. The other one, directly involving me. Did I get back without? Is that Brian Monahan off the back again? Let me check my list.
Shit.
Is Tom with us? Tom was kind of slipping off, and then I think he came back.
Yeah, Tom's
Oh yeah, he's back.
Still 5 seconds ahead of me. He's just gone past me, so I don't trust what I see on my companion app now.
And that's my one contribution to this group ride. Where did Rick come from? I haven't heard a word from him.
I'm going to say something like, has Rick been munching beans again?
Good.
I'm following this Janice
What if we just
conversation.
talk colors though? Would it be green or yellow? I think Tom's just testing me. He's like, let's see if he can sweep.
Does Angela feel terrible? What have you done to Angela?
Probably about Jupiter.
Rather talk about Jupiter than Uranus.
I didn't take that. Ah,
What? What are you doing now?
Tom! No, Tom!
That's a good place for you to catch anyway. When you climb here, don't be fast. So,
Whoa, we got there fast.
yes, like I said, a good place for you to catch.
What was it that what's her name said to Jack as he slipped under the ocean in Titanic?
Oh, this is your.
I feel like it might have been, "I won't forget you." No, I just want to. That's what I'd like to recite for Tom. Just, of course, replace Jack with Tom. I keep falling off the back.
Whoa. Glad there's 2 oars in that.
Oh, the Peloton. There's a breakaway group here.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there's a yellow group, and then there's a Peloton. Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant on ODivaZ.
Yeah.
It was.
I'm talking about the practice tour for ODivaZ. People run the Tour de France in hopes that they will be invited to ODivaZ, I think.
Tom around. Oh, as far as I know, he's tall and thin.
Wow, we don't know for sure. He could be living that Colorado mountain life, and it's making him a little more rotund.
I don't think
I don't
so.
think so, though.
No.
I
Alright,
still
I
see
am.
him on struggle.
I am going to say. Oh, hang on.
I don't know if I'll be here for the Ever or not. Because I may have to get to work early. So I'm going to ride out to my brother's, so I have my bike with me. And it's going to be not even that long of a ride, I guess, but the route I have to take, or the route I have to take is,
Thank you.
is very, makes it feel long.
Well,
One of those roads that has absolutely no shoulder. It's like a line, a pointless line, and then dirt. And people go fast on it. So the whole time I'm going to be like, probably pushing like a time trialist and just nervous. My heart rate will be 180. with
Well,
the
we can
nerds.
find out on Friday whether Rick survived it or not. But until
Yes.
then, I'm going to say
Well-
thank you to everyone for joining us on the stream. Say it, Rick.
Bye bye.
There we go.
There is a limit to how close I can get.
And like I said, you could eat it. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you again on Friday. I will not be riding tomorrow. So until then, take care. Bye for now.